But when we start talking about culture, which brand, comes from within at some levels, there's a culture that the company is that fits with the brand, and the culture is that core purpose or that vision of the future, that long-term vision. It's the core values of the business that are bled through that the customers see, the clients see as they're doing things, and then that BHAG or that mission of what they're trying to accomplish right now. When you blend those things together, and when I start talking about that, a lot of times with construction companies and some or manufacturing, I think would be another one where we're hands-on, we're making widgets, we're doing that stuff.
We're not
Yes,
Cracker
why
Barrel.
does
We're
this
not
matter?
Apple. We're not Coke.
And so the point I'm trying to make is that they never did that work, or when you start talking about that work, that's like, it's not that big of a deal. But now, in what you're talking about, if I'm taking this culture, which has become my brand, which has become my reputation, if I don't go through and systematize it and understand what does that mean, and if I don't go through and understand the voice of the customer, it's going to be very difficult to transfer it. Am I hitting that?
Exactly. Yes, you nailed it 100%. Because if brand is your culture made visible, right? That's basically what
Oh,
it
that's a
is.
great,
Is
okay, I
it's
get
that
that.
external manifestation of your internal culture. If that's what it is, but it's not systematized and it's not clear and it's not articulated and it continues to live in the world of gut, then it's not going to live beyond you. And I think for generational companies, that's the goal, is that this doesn't end with me. And if it doesn't end with me, that also that there's a through line, that we don't have a drastic change in culture, in reputation, in relationships every time the leadership changes. We want people to feel continuity. And so, like, I think that I often hear like a false, that I would call like a myth of like, oh, you're the only person who can represent your brand. You're the best person to represent your brand. If that is true, then it's going to end with you. And I know that it doesn't have to be true. And so I think that kind of like people say it to be kind, and to be flattering, but I think it can have a really negative impact on leaders and their headset of like, oh, especially if you're in a relationship business like construction or something, that, oh, I have to be the one to do this. My team can't do it. But we see all the time of brands scaling and growing and that not being the case. So just applying some of those same frameworks, but doing it with, again, like that family business lens, I think can make a huge difference in value and continuity.